I thank you. And now I give the floor to the representative from Beit Issie Shapiro.
Excellencies, colleagues, I come here to speak about a place that calls for equality, a place that speaks the language of human rights, that insists on dignity, inclusion, and protection for the most vulnerable, a place that demands that even in times of war, we hold on to our humanity. I am speaking, of course, about my country, Israel. Over nearly 3 years of conflict, we have seen what these values look like in practice. Rehabilitation centers opening under fire, therapies moved into shelters, children with complex disabilities continuing to receive care even during war, professionals showing up not because it is easy, but because equality demands it. This is not rhetoric, it is action. And yet, we are gathered, all of us, in an institution that speaks these same values, but increasingly fails to uphold them. Just weeks ago, the United Nations placed Israel on a blacklist of parties accused of sexual violence in conflict alongside terrorist organizations, including Hamas, an organization that on October 7th carried out brutal, documented acts of violence, including against people with disabilities, including sexual violence. To place Israel defending its citizens on the same moral line is not nuance. It is a total collapse of moral clarity. And it is not a one-time event. Year after year, this institution devotes disproportionate attention to condemning Israel, while some of the world's most severe violations receive far less scrutiny. So we must ask, what does it mean to speak about human rights in this room when such equivalence is created? What does it mean to advocate for people with disabilities when truth becomes negotiable? What does it mean for nations in this room, many of whom understand this reality, to remain silent? Because silence is not neutrality. Silence gives weight to distortion. For those of us working in the field of disabilities, this matters deeply, because equality is not only about services or access, it is about recognizing human dignity clearly and consistently. You cannot promote inclusion in one place while accepting false equivalence in another. You cannot claim to protect the vulnerable while failing to distinguish between those who target civilians and those who protect them. So today, Beit Issie Shapiro is not only calling for more commitments, we are calling on the nations in this room have the courage to speak clearly, have the courage to reject false equivalence, have the courage to defend truth even when it is uncomfortable. Because without that, everything we say here about equal rights becomes empty. But with it, we can restore meaning, restore integrity, and truly stand for the people we all claim to serve. Thank you for this platform to speak from the bottom of my heart.